Well, hello. We are back online. It's been a very busy week, actually. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and yeah. So, I've been doing a lot more streaming this week than I ever usually do, and that's simply because I have the availability and the time. So here I am. I'm taking up my lovely little availability. We got school that isn't normally happening this week where I'm at. We had it canceled because, the world. But we're spending this week at school trying to get ourselves set up for how we can handle it when we have all the teachers gone, many of the students gone, and all the other fun stuff. So, good reason to escape every once in a while into a fictional world where, at least in my fictional world, there aren't any pandemics right now. So, we're going to leave it like that. And I think I can feel safer if I do that. And so, we're going to try and keep some safety going a little bit here. Yeah, so today I'm going to be doing a little bit of game building, and I'm going to do a little bit of world building. Today I'm starting off with helping one of the new DMs in the guild get themselves set up, and starting right from scratch. So you guys get to see this whole process that I do right from the very get-go. And you can even actually get involved. Once I get to the world building stuff, you guys can actually do some roles for me. There's lots of different commands that are available in the Twitch chat. If you wanted to, you can jump in there. And Twitch chatters, you guys can also throw in some thoughts in here on some of these things that I do too. I'm going to be building Olivos, and actually specifically Claymouth today. Claymouth is the capital city of one of the regions in Olivos. And what I did with Claymouth, when I was first starting to build Olivos, I was really just kind of feeling out my idea of what world building looked like, and I'm not happy completely with what I did with Claymouth. There's a lot of cool things I did in there, but I did not do the kind of refined work that I'd rather do. So I'm going to spend some time on that today, and y'all can help me place certain things and do the right things so that the people who actually get to play in all of those actually really enjoy the setting. That's the plan anyway. And so that's where I'm sitting at today. Gonna pull these lovely vibes down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So these are... Here we go. This is what I'm going to do. So today I'm working for Dynamite. Dynamite's a new DM in our group, and he's going to do some Yawning Portal stuff. So I got to create a new game for him. Woot. And yes, we are using my Roll20 to do some of these things. And he's purposely going to be doing... well, we'll start it off. We'll just call it the Yawning Portal. He's going to start off with the Sunless Citadel, and then go from there, see what he can mesh into future campaigns as well with whatever players we're able to help him get. So, but I'm also running my own version of the Sunless Citadel set in all of those, though it's called the Sunken Citadel, because, I'm so creative with the titles. But don't want to have that confused in the guild, in the Discord, with having one category for the Sunken Citadel, another one for the Sunless Citadel. Somebody's gonna get mixed up. So we're gonna keep it nice and simple and just go with the Yawning Portal, I think, this time. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I was hanging out with Mindari yesterday on Twitch, and we were talking about how 5th edition might not be here forever, but it really will feel like it is, because chances are Wizards of the Coast, they're not gonna go down that road of trying to create a new edition, try to create 6th edition. They think they'd probably stunt the forward momentum they've already got. But I'm particularly happy with 5th edition because it makes it so that I can actually even do these things and help other people learn how to play the game and how to DM. It's very accessible. So, kudos to you, Wizards of the Coast. You did something good. Let's create this game, shall we? And I am going to add the Sunless Citadel, which is amongst my... Whew, look at that massive list of things I got going on in here. Where is the Sunless Citadel? Oh, that's not the right thing. That's the... We're playing D&D 5e. Got it. All right. So we're going to add on. That's where my add-ons are. Like, why is my list so long all of a sudden? All right, there we go. The Sunless Citadel. That's what we're going to add to this game right off the top. Oh, we got to make a nice picture for this, hey? So I could use the same one that I used for my other game, but I think that'll get confusing. So I'm actually going to go see if I could find a picture of the original Sunless Citadel publication and use that. You know, give proper attributions and all that too. That's where we're at right now. Let's try this on for size. Sunless Citadel art. I like that, actually. Art sounds good. So this is the original by the looks of things here. But that ain't anywhere near big enough to make it on my screens. And Dynamite is actually going to stream this as well. So we need to have a large quality image. And this is the one that I'm already using in my campaign. Ah, ooh. Oh, not quite wide enough. Needs to be 1920. Cool, though. I like that. Ooh, this could work, too. Oh, I kind of like this a lot. Who is... Oh, it's not quite big enough yet, though. Who is this? Who did this? World Anvil? Interesting. Oh, we don't have credits for this image. That's too bad, because that's a really nice picture of a really nice piece of artwork that kind of indicates what the Sunless Citadel looks like when you finally get there. In the caverns. We gotta find something. Even if I have to upscale it, then that's what I'll do. This is the original artwork here. That was the one with the druid in front of or the elf druid looking person in front of the tree. I like that. That's kind of fun. Somebody did a 3D printed map out. That's kind of sweet. Or use some modular items. That looks more Curse of Strahd than it does Yawning Portal. Come on, we got to come up with something here, folks. There's got to be something nice here. Maybe I need to go with, like... Let's put this in quotes and make sure that it is actually Sunless Citadel only that we're getting. See, I really like that piece of artwork. I really wish I could... Although, I do have to admit... Oh, we got to get the large setting back on here again, don't we? Yeah, we do. Oh, man. That's not all bad. That's not all bad. It's a little small still, though. I need a 1920 width. That's what I'm looking for. 1920 width. There are some nice pieces out here, though. Oh, gosh. We'll find something. We'll find something. That's definitely not right. We'll find something. Even if what I end up finding is not quite big enough, I can upscale it a little bit in some of my software, so... Nope, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is I'm going to have to upscale it. So... A... will be... Let's see here. Oh, I'm kind of feeling... That's kind of cool, but now that I think about it, it doesn't look quite ruiny. And that's what the Sunless Citadel is. It's a bit more of a ruin. What about this guy? Oh, way too small. Wait. This looks like a ruin, and I like that. That I appreciate a lot more. So maybe what I need to do is just say, you know, the Sunless Citadel ain't gonna do the trick. Let's go Cavern Ruin Art. Let's see what we get out of that. And let's make sure we're still looking at the large stuff. There we go. What do we got going on here? It's okay. For what I mean, all of this artwork is beautiful. It's just whether or not this actually fits what we're going for here. And so far, I haven't been able to find quite... Ooh, this isn't bad. This might be the winner. Not quite. Not quite what I'm looking for. Let's see, with the Sunless Citadel, without trying to give too many spoilers away. The Citadel is obviously, you know, it's without sun. It's in a cave. I'm feeling like my best bet was to go back to that other stuff that I had already, and keep that my first gut reaction, which was back here somewhere. Let's keep on hitting that back button until I find it. Yeah, this guy here, this was my first gut reaction, so let's see if I can figure out who that was real quick. A little slow load there. Come on, machine, you could do it. Come on, baby. Come on. Well, that's unfortunate. I can't really tell who that is, and I actually don't even think that's the original image. So let's see if we can pull it from the actual website. Oh, maybe it is the original image and it was just already really low quality and they've upscaled it. If that's the case, I want to see if I can find other copies of it. And thank you, Google Images Searches. Let's look for one. Alright, it's going for a hunt now. Visually similar images. Throw your ID. Here we go. And the nice thing about this is it'll actually tell me what the resolution is on each of these. It looks like this art has been around for a really, really, really long time. But no, wow, it's getting smaller and smaller. 1200. There we go. Oh, I bet you this is actually the artist. Who wants to bet? Let's go hunting. Alright, alright, alright. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, I like this artist. Andreas Rocha? Am I spelling that wrong? Or saying that wrong? I'm probably saying that wrong. I guess I should be careful about making sure that it is safe for work. Oops. I can't find that citadel, though. I guess that's the trick. You can't always tell if you're going to be safe for work when you go to some other random person site. Oops. Sorry, guys. It's got to be somewhere down. You know, that one's not bad. That's close to what we're looking for. There he is. And that's totally who it is. It's Andreas Rocha. Ah, look at this. Alright, well, before I can use that, I really ought to send him a message and say, hey, look at this, dude. Your stuff looks awesome. He's got this protected, which is good. Good for him. So now that we know where that's coming from, I can actually send messages if I need to. Is there a contact here? Oh, it's tough. You know what? I would really like to be able to send this person a message, but I feel like I might. AndreasRocha.com. That's what it says there, right? Come on. AndreasRocha.com. See if there's a new website that's got some details on it that we can actually utilize in English, perhaps. Oh, no, not gonna work. Alright, fine. So, let's find something different then. Fine. I don't want to use other people's work without their consent. That's a big deal to me, so let's see what we can find for other images then. I do really like this one. I can't tell who that's from, so let's see if we can figure out who that is. I do like that one. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Alright. I am apparently not familiar with that. So I guess I gotta find out what that is. Rise of the Tomb Raider. That sounds familiar. Hang on. Interesting. Oh, it's yeah, okay. So it's a game. Lara Croft game. And I best not use that, because that would certainly get me in trouble. Looks like it's official artwork, so... You know what? I might just have to suffer and go with the original Citadel art. Which is this guy here. I can upscale that, though. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's stop messing around with this and... Let's get this right. Let's save this beauty. We're going to save it to downloads. And then I can actually put this thing together, or upscale it and make it fit the screen the way I want it to. It might look a little granular when I'm all said and done, but hopefully I can make it look decent enough to work with. I appreciate the artwork, but I have to say I think I prefer 5th edition artwork. These guys almost look like they're in an epic dance battle. And I'm not... 5th edition's a little bit more on point. This would be like Benny and the Jets got nothing on these guys. Alright, well, let's see what we can do about making this look pretty. So I'm using Corel Photo Paint because that's just what I have access to. I'm going to open. I'm going to make this 16:9 aspect ratio is what I want to do. So we're going to get that download. That's this guy here. Now, we already know that I'm going to have to upscale this a bunch. So let's just do it. Let's resample this thing. It's already at 72 pixels per... So that's... But we're going to have to upscale this thing to 1920 width. And then I have to pick the right 1080 to make this not give away the story too much, but give it away just enough and be a nice backdrop. That's also what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to make a nice backdrop for the streams. Pardon me. Hey, hello chat. Feel free to jump on in and tell me if you like what you see in here. We're going to switch up to pixels. We're going to make this 1080. Obviously, it's not going to be to top center. We're going to try and go... This is really hard to see in that tiny, tiny thing. I feel like I don't want to give away the ending, and if I do the top half too much, then I'll be giving away the ending for sure. But I don't mind showing off these weird little blight-looking creatures that are on the bottom. Let's try that. Oh, I got it off sync. I didn't quite get it lined up the way I meant to, so we're going to try that again. I'm really bad at lining things up, so we're going to make this a white. And that's simply because this window is so danged tiny, and I wish they had made this big enough that I could actually do something with it. The only other option I got is to just, crop to mask, which I could totally do, but I'm trying to be lazy, and if my laziness isn't working, I'm going to have to do something different. Hopefully that does it. Nope, did not do it. I have to use crop to mask. Darn it. And crop to mask is tough because I can't necessarily get the right size every single time, and I'm lazy. I'm fully aware of the fact that I'm lazy. All right, let's crop to mask this, and then let's see how big we are. Oh, stick to pixels, will you please? So I gotta shave off another like 80 pixels off the bottom here. Okay, fine. Let's find some about 80 pixels. What do you think? Let's try that. And then crop to the mask again. And let's see here. Oh, right, resample. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, I have lots more to go. Okay, fine. Let's go lots more then. Once I get close, it gets silly. Oh yeah, crop to mask. Good heavens. This has got to be getting closer. Oh, super close. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the top, and then I'm going to get down, zoomed right in here, and I'm going to take off. Oops. Go right down to the pixel level, and I'm going to add to my mask everything but the bottom 2 pixels, and now I'll be able to crop to that for sure, and we should be at exactly 1080. Yep, we are. That looks okay. That looks pretty okay, actually. Let's leave that. Let's save that beauty. And we're going to save this as Yawning Portal stuff, which is in my D&D folder. Let's see here. Let's make... Oh, we got to make a new folder for this. What? The Yawning Portal. Yeah. Alright, here we go. And this is going to be the background image. I like it. I like it a lot. This should be still 1920 by 1080. Yeah, that's the resolution we're looking for, baby. Got it. All right, now that we're done that, let's put it on our game. Let's see here. So for those of you just kind of blipping in, we are setting up games for some of our members in our server. Don't mind being inside right now either. Outside, apparently, it's around minus 36 Celsius, which, if I understand my Fahrenheit, well, it's like around minus 20 Fahrenheit. It's ridiculous outside. That's what it is. It's just bloody ridiculous. Let's see here. Marvelous. Okay, so that is set up and ready to go. And now we're setting this up for Dynamite. So I'm going to quickly check out, remind myself what Dynamite's post was. That was in one of my other things here. Make sure that I'm not getting my people mixed up, because I do that. That's how I roll by accident. Yeah. Here we go. Dynamite. He has been doing Roll20, and he's streamed on Twitch, but he's never been a DM. Okay, so we gotta set this up for somebody who has not ever been a DM before. So let's go to the games again. Let's get to the Yawning Portal. And let's set this up for somebody who has never DM'd before. And so we're setting this up. Let's start with my appy scripts. I have a few appy scripts that I really like. The first appy that I like is the token mod. Token mod, there we go. Token mod's really good because I've actually created some macros that make it really easy for people to set up their tokens to be exactly the way they are, or they want, with just the click of a button. And they can change the lighting really easy. They could do all sorts of crazy stuff with the tokens super easily with token mod if you know how to do the coding. But I'm working with new DMs, so I'm going to be giving them macros that make it so that they don't have to work so darn hard. So that's where token mod rolls in. The other thing that'll help them out a little bit is the welcome. Well, I'm not going to get the welcome package on there yet, not until Dan actually joins the game, because he doesn't need a character sheet. But I do like the GM sheet. Right there, GM sheet. Because when I'm playing on my Roll20, my computer's okay, but some other people's computers aren't that great, and so when the Roll20 starts loading in, it takes a little bit for it to kind of connect. And so when you're trying to open up a non-player, like a goblin's character sheet, so that you can roll for the goblin, because you can't roll on the Roll20 mobile app yet for NPCs. Soon, but not yet. But if you are trying to open up those character sheets and you've got a slower computer, it takes forever for those character sheets to go, or to load. And then as a DM, you're either sitting there twiddling your thumbs with dead airspace on your online game, or you're trying to vamp, and if you're not used to vamping, that's not comfortable. So the GM sheet's kind of nice, because you can, the way a GM sheet is, and the way I've set the macros up, is if you click on the token and then you click on a button that says GM sheet for me, it immediately posts all of the information they need for the character that they're going to try to roll for, and then actually gives them buttons too in the chat window. Makes it so you don't actually have to open up the character sheets every single time. Super nice. Super nice. So I'm going to add that in here as well. All right. So we've got those in. What else am I going to... Oh, I got to get back in here, and I got to make sure that all of my token sets are there. So I have I don't like the standard token set that comes with this, so I've got some much easier to see ones that I appreciate better. And so we're going to give them those tokens. They can still use the old ones as well if they wanted to. And now let's go into some of the game settings. We're not going to have characters create their own characters. Game default settings. Oh yes, that's this stuff here. Yeah, you know what? We'll leave this alone. There's nothing scary. The dynamic lighting. When we brought in the module, it will have already set all the dynamic lighting, so I don't have to worry about default settings. And I don't know that Dynamite's going to be creating his own maps. If he is, cool. At which point we can always change these settings. The compendium is going to be the tricky one because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my character creator thing, which I've just used temporarily. We'll give it back so that the people in Dynamite's game can also have access to my compendium. Because I only get 5 slots because I paid for it. That's pretty much it. And those are these are all the things that they can get their resources from. Fizzbands, Essentials Kit, Sword Coast, Tasha's, all of that is my compendium. Will provide all of the details they need for their compendium, so we can save that. And so now Dynamite has access to that. And so will his players. Default sheet settings, I like to have all of the players always roll advantage, and then that way you don't have to worry about extra button clicks and such. It just out it goes. We don't whisper rolls because we're trying to play this publicly a little bit. And I actually don't have it automatically roll damage. That's the one click that I will have them do. Just because otherwise it ends up almost being like a chat window spam. And I don't like chat spam. Thankfully, we're not worried about that right now. Okay, so proficiency bonuses by level, core dice roll, all of that's good. I like to throw the tiebreakers in to make it so that it's super easy on my new DMs. The character names can be added there to the templates. This gives people a chance to put in like bless or sneak attack really easily. I don't actually like how Roll20 sets up. I don't really think that green is supposed to be health. I kind of liken health to being the color of blood, and so red, which is the bar 2s. But I also don't set it here. I use the token mod appy to set whatever I want my bars to be. So I'm going to try and turn all that stuff off so none of that exists. Challenge, though, I've already added that module, so all of those tokens that I've put in there will already be there. So give me a chance to demonstrate what that looks like. Okay, we're not going to do public access to this. I like it, I like it. Okay, so game is largely set. Now we need to go and see what it looks like on the inside. And then we can set this up for Dynamite. Alrighty. Now, I am not a big fan of this. We use Discord for all of our voice and chat and such. And so I am going to disable the chat tech in here before anything else happens. It's going to reload because it doesn't like that. It doesn't just simply turn the WebRTC off. Oh, we don't need that there anymore. And there. Okay, cool. So, but I also don't like how big that icon is. It takes up so much screen. So I'm going to get rid of my avatar altogether. Choose my favorite color. There. Now we're reflecting who I am. And this is the starting image that they gave us for Tales of the Yawning Portal, because this is the 5th edition artwork. But we're not going to do the 5th edition artwork. We've already got our own. So I'm going to change the starting page. Let's zoom this guy out. Let's bring in... Oh, it's a token? Are you serious? They make that as a token? Oh, we got to fix that for sure. Yeah, we're going to put this on the map level so that nobody can mess with it. And let's bring in our lovely background image. Now, it's supposed to be 16. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 by 9. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the ratio it's supposed to be. And so like I can't get that perfect in Roll20 when we have the grids as we do. So I'm going to just like add half. Sure, let's add half. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then half this way won't be quite right either, but it'll be close. No, I don't know. I think that doesn't have, that's made my elf not look quite so lithe anymore. That'll work. Let's stick with that. Okay, so this will be our new start screen. Woot. Let's get the page to be the right size. Let's figure out what that is. 9 plus half of that is 13 and a half, so we went up to 14, I guess. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. That looks way better. Let's get rid of this other. Oh, we need to move the players off of it to the right start screen. There we go. Get rid of this other one that was automatically created when the game was created. And now let's give it a title. Let everybody know what game you're playing. We're going to go with, and because we are doing, I actually like Merryweather. Although, we'll leave it as is. Well, this is the Sunless Citadel. Not that we can read that yet. Let's turn it white. There we go. And let's make it also just, you know, a lot bigger. Let's make it like that. Too big. That'll work. Oh, why did it change its size? Whatever. It obviously looks like it should be down this way, so let's get it to that bigger size again after all. And there we go. Because it obviously is going to try to resize itself for me anyway. Oh, and to make it not snap to the grid, use the Alt button, and it doesn't snap. Huzzah! And if I go back to the objects layer, that doesn't look all that bad. And so now people know what game they're playing. Now we got to bring in the things that are going to help our DM. So, first things first, we got some really great information here about the Yawning Portal. And the Sunless Citadel stuff is all in here. So, we're going to actually pull in, we're going to transmogrify some sheets that I've made for one of the other DMs in one of my other games. We're going to pull them in from Dragon of Icespire Peak. Ooh, look at all those games. Look at them games. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, so we're bringing in, not handouts, but we're bringing in... Oh, no, we are bringing in handouts. That's what I'm talking about. Handouts. Not decks, characters, pages, handouts. Here we go. So the handouts I'm wanting are... I don't know if I labeled them all Wendy J stuff. I may have. Here we go. Guild setup. That's a good one there. Let's bring it over. We can always sort these after I've got them. What was another one I made for them? Wow, I can't remember all of them. Players getting started. Oh, and then session 0. That's the other one I made. And we'll have a look at these and make sure that they actually all match what is needed in this game. Because we'll have to adjust accordingly. Alright, let's get rid of... I love how they're always so open. Like, hey, look at everything I have ever. We're going to move... Oop, that's not the button I want. I want this one here to bring that up here. So I've made a couple of handouts that kind of give some guidance to our game masters as to how to get going, especially if they're new to this. And that's the point of this. We're trying to make it so that game masters can get used to doing things when they're new. And so, for those, hey chat, if you see something on these guidance points that you're like, I wonder if you could change it to this, it would make a whole lot more sense if you did. I'm game for that. I'm perfectly good with some constructive criticism. Let's zoom into this so that you guys can see a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I can see the things. Alright, so this isn't Dragon of Icespire Peak. Obviously, we're going to have to change that to, for the Sunless Citadel. The welcome package. So, once he joins the game, I'll put the welcome package in. And that is an appy that basically, as soon as a person joins the game, it creates the character sheet for them, which is really weird. That Roll20, when somebody joins the game, Roll20 doesn't have it set so that it automatically creates a character sheet for them. And I'm sure there's a really good reason why. I haven't come upon a reason for it, except for to say that DMs, when I'm sharing this with another DM, they don't need their own character sheet. That's the only thing. And I know I'm kind of not the usual one that way. So I will be putting in the welcome package appy as soon as our DM joins the game, so that when their players join the game, they don't have to wait for the DM to come back around and make new character sheets and assign it to them. It'll automatically do that for them. And then they can go ahead and do their character mancer to get their characters built right away with no waiting required, which is nice. Okay, so I will be needing to put the macros. Oh, we should put those macros in right now. Let's do that. So the first macro that I always put in, because I am super lazy, is the talk to myself macro. Because I don't like typing talk to myself out. And so what I'll do is I will put the macro in the bar down here, bottom left-hand corner. Oh, you can't see it. It's just off. But that's okay. It's down there. And then that way I just have to click that button and it automatically does it. So I'm lazy. And so that's where I do it. So the talk to myself feature is available there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pull up all of my macro scripts in a separate window here. So just bear with me as I do so. Hey, chat. Good to see you. I am looking for my scripts. Where are they? It's a text file. Maybe we should just look for it this way. Alphabetical order, because I know they're called macros. There we go. Marvelous. Linked sheet. All right. Cool. So this is a token mod macro. So let's make this happen now. This is linked sheet. And so here's what it does. With the token mod appy that I've got, which you can't get these appies if you've got a free account with Roll20. You kind of need to pay into this. But now that I've got these appies, the token mod one allows you to do all sorts of cool things with your tokens. So if somebody places a token, but that token isn't actually connected to a character sheet, then it can sometimes throw things off. And you can try to do things and not understand why they're not working. So I've made this, this is a token mod command that I've put into a macro that will prompt a person to, after they click on a token and they click this button, it will bring up a prompt that says, which sheet does this represent? And then they can go through the list of all of the sheets they have on their journals. So I try to do that. It should make things a lot easier for my DMs. Hello, chat. Thanks for vibing with me as I'm trying to set things up for my new DM, Dynamite. Okay, so that was one. Now we're going to make the PC default one. So my PC default token or macro is one that I use to for when somebody drops in their PC's token, but it doesn't have all of the right dynamic lighting, it doesn't have the name, it doesn't have all of the right stats in the green, red, and blue bubbles above the token or the bars above the token. So I've got this lovely little macro that allows me to just set that using dialog boxes without having to open up sheets and tokens and deal with all of Roll20's. Roll20 sometimes acts like it's bloated when you've got a really slow computer, so this takes away some of the bloat, or at least that bloated feeling. You can start seeing some of those buttons appearing here across the bottom, so that the DM can use them. So that's the PC default one. Now let's go to the NPC default one. Right. And the NPC default one also means that I have to create another one that I don't make a button for. So, NPC default. So this is when you don't have a player character, but you still want to do all the same things. So this will do that for that other token. The nice thing about this one, in Roll20, some people like to do like to just simply use the NPC's average HP. So if I remember correctly, like a kobold's average HP is something like 7, but they also have a formula for their HP, and so um, I give them with this button, give my DMs with this button the option to not use the average, but to make a different level of HP for each goblin. So say you got a cave with 4 different goblins on it, but you don't want them to all be the exact same goblin because boring. Then what you can do with this NPC default button is click on it, and do all your settings, and then, but as one of your options in your settings, you can set it so that it is, actually I'll pull that up here real quick. I'm going to have to retype that in because Roll20 doesn't like escape characters, but that's okay. So in the end, the first thing that they're going to be asked is, do you want a name shown on the token? And if so, what do you want the name to be? So that'll show up underneath the token's name. So if you don't want this named NPC for your character, for your players to know what this named NPC's name actually is yet, you can say not thanks. Then we clear off all of the links, because I don't like to have them linked to the NPC's character sheets, because if you do that, you change it for every NPC that's like that. So if you've got 4 goblins and you have them all linked to the goblin NPC sheet, you change the health for this guy, it changes the health for all of them, and that's just a pain in the butt. So I try to unlink them. Then I ask, do you want to use the average, which is what most people do, or do you want to use the formula? So I actually don't even know what the formula is for a goblin. Let's go look that up real quick. Goblin. Yeah, so for a goblin, I don't want to have to worry about opening up this character sheet too much. Oh, this isn't the character sheet. This is the compendium. So goblin, their hit points are normally 7. That's the average, but their formula is 2d6. So back here, I say, do you want to use the average or do you want to use the formula? And if you use the formula, then at the end of it all, you need to make sure that you set the token to show that health for you at the very least. And the way that you do that is have a set the max button that'll do that too. So, and then of course they can have vision or not. Most of the time I don't give any of my NPCs vision because I already see everything that they can see anyway. But sometimes you have to work with a familiar or with something else that will pass vision on to one of the player characters, at which point you want to turn the vision on for that NPC. So this button will do all of those things. Okay, now I got rid of all my escape characters, so I have to fix that. There we go. So let's get my set the max button in here too, because the NPC default thing kind of needs it. Set the max. There we go. And that will just make it so that if you do decide to roll for the NPC's hit points, you're good to go. All right, weather. Oh, in order for the weather one to work, I have to bring in my tables for it. So I like to give my DMs the opportunity to very quickly create an ambiance or an environment, but some of my DMs haven't done this before, so they haven't had a lot of experience with coming up with those kinds of things on the fly. So I have a variety of tables that I have created to, where's direction, because alphabet direction, there we go, that have made it so that they can actually make their weather really quickly and give them some starting points. So let's make this weather make row. Do I already have that up? No, I don't have it up yet. I don't have a blank one yet. Okay, there we go. Weather. And so the weather macro uses a whole bunch of tables that I have already set up. Those are all the tables I've set up. It does a little bit of math in there to try to show what the change would be like. It does require that the DMs know a little bit about the setting in the first place, but they don't have to know everything. And so we're going to put the weather one in the bar as well. And just to kind of demo what that sort of looks like, I actually don't know if that'll work with the talk to myself thing on, but I'm going to try it anyway. So let's put the talk to myself on. I just clicked my button to do that. And now I'm going to say, tell me what the weather is. Yeah, it worked. Great. So the weather is normal for the season with a maximum change of 5 degrees Celsius. It's windy from the south with clear skies. And so it'll come up with a variety of different options. Could be cloudy, could be stormy, could be snowy. It could say that it is very unusual for the season. But that gives the DM at least a little bit of a chance to kind of set the setting for themselves a little bit. Yeah. So let's Oh, I already had that as a whisper to the GM. How lovely. Because I'm smart that way. Okay, so last button I make for them is the GM sheet, which is quite frankly, we're just going to say use the GM sheet command. But as like I've said before, I don't like typing things out. I'm lazy, so I just do that. And now all of the buttons are available there. Cool. This was not something that the Sunless Citadel needs. That was for one of the other games. But, oh, the DM screens information folder. The wonderful thing about Dragon of Icespire Peak is the module came with a DM screen idea in the original package. So, but I don't know that that happened here for the Yawning Portal. So I think I am going to have to go and look at what all handouts were in that, because it was actually really quite handy for the Dragon of Icespire Peak people, and I kind of want to keep that for them. So let's go back to Roll20. Let's have a quick peek at the Dragon of Icespire Peak stuff. Huzzah. There we go. So this is what one of my other players has going on. Where is... Okay, it's in the Start Here section. The DM screen information. So actions, other actions. Oh, look at all these conditions things, too. I'm not going to put that all in there because I know that that's in my compendium. But I do like these useful tables, too. Yeah, I actually really like all this stuff. So I'm going to go with... I'm going to put in actions in combat, other actions and things, and useful tables. We're going to put all of those from that Dragon of Icespire Peak game. Actually, first of all, let's make the folder. The folder is the DM's screen information folder. Huzzah. And now that that's there, we can transmogrify some stuff from the Dragon of Icespire Peak. These were handouts that we liked. So here we go. One of them was... Oh... Oh no, I already lost them. I already forgot what they were. One of them was an... Oh, actions. That's what it was. So this is one I can copy over for sure. Right? Actions? Actions in combat. That's the one I wanted to keep. Oops. I don't think that worked out. Let's try that again. There we go. And then useful tables. That was the last one. Useful tables. There we go. Got it. Okay. So now I should have these three, and I want to put them into that DM screen information section, which I'm actually going to put into another folder as well, just to try to keep things organized. But that's good stuff right there. But I also have my own DM screen of superior referencing, so you can always download that if you like as well. Right there. Actually, I should... There you go, that's the way to get to it. And let's do this. Read up before you begin. let's see. Okay, so now we're going to try and give him some direction. First, you need to decide where your characters will meet, or if they already know each other, where they will begin their adventure from. The Yawning Portal is a great place, but it isn't the only option. To keep things simple, though, perhaps stick to the Yawning Portal. All right. So this is going to move up here. Oh, actually, I should add this. So this is Wendy J. D&D DM. No, I'm going to go with DM. Wendy J. DM Guild information. DM information. There we go. Just go with that. There we go. Okay, we'll put all of this inside that folder. There we go. That's good. And then session 0 is also going to go in this folder too. There we go. Okay, so here's the trick though. In order to understand how these work, you kind of need to know a little bit about the Yawning Portal. And so, features of the Yawning Portal, some curious things on here, typical evening, how to get things going, and then they get to pick and choose from all of this stuff. Durnan is kind of particularly important. Here's the other stuff. Find the best details of the Yawning Portal in its handout. Now, I gotta remind myself, I think in order to be able to do that properly, to link to another page, I feel like I've already done that once before on here, maybe not. Oh, I have. Hang on, I know I've... There we go. Session 0. How did I get that linked? Oh, I forget how I did that. Let's go here. Let's see if it's just something like as simple as this. I think that's all it is. Let's see here, because that should do the trick. Let's see if that linked it for me. Nope, didn't link it. All right, I gotta remind myself how to link that. Roll 20. How to link to other handouts. There we go. Because I know I've looked this up. Oh, it's just a single bracket. That's what it was. That's why I screwed up. Alright, let's get that back in there. Alright, so now that I know that it's just a single bracket, let's make it happen. Single bracket. Let's see here. In the adventure introduction, all we get is an overview. Right. Okay, so through the actually I don't want to say it that way, because with saying the whole adventure folder, this is the entire adventure. I think I want to give him direction a little bit more cleanly this time. Highly advise that you read through the handouts in the adventure folder in the following order. All right, let's do this. Obviously, we need to start with my screen is struggling to get that whole box in there. There we go. That's better. Let's go with the first one they should read is Adventure Introduction. As much as about the original thing is interesting, it is not useful for actually DMing. And then the Sunless Citadel overview. And then the running the adventure, I think, is the next place. There we go. And then running the adventure, and then random encounters. Actually, that's a great point, because these guys, for Sunless Citadel, they don't actually start in Waterdeep, which is where the Yawning Portal is. They start in... they start in a town called Oakhurst. Okay, so then let's fix this. So, although this is from Tales from the Yawning Portal, actually I don't need that bold-faced. I don't know why I bold-faced that. This is... the adventure is not even set in Waterdeep. It is set... oh, which wood is that? Oh, I gotta look that up. This is gonna bog my computer down a little bit because I have a map that is the size of Jehebasfald. But it will remind me... there we go. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. Pull up this beautiful map of all of Faerun and the Forgotten Realm planet of Toril. Here we go, here we go. Where are we? Loading, 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 loading. Thinking so hard. I'm not dropping frames though, so that's good. I'll let that think for a couple while I'm going through this. It is set in a hamlet, village, there we go, village called Oakhurst. The easiest location to set your characters to begin in is the Old Boar Inn. Is that right? That's what it was called? Old Boar Inn? Old Boar Inn. There we go. The barkeep. Who's the barkeep? Garen. Details on that location are in the Oakhurst folder. Or sorry, handout. Alright. Now let's see if that image is up. It is marvelous, so let's zoom considerably. We're gonna have a look up here, not out by Waterdeep. Oh, Sea of Fallen Stars. I'm a long ways away. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. There's Sword Coast, there's Neverwinter, there's Waterdeep. I'm trying to remember which... it is this forest up here, I'm sure of it. That the... yep, it's totally it. Oakhurst is actually right in here. Somewhere. Just off the Neverwinter River. So, well, that's where we will identify as where it is located. On the northeast end of the Neverwinter Wood. Alright. So they can see that, and then they can see Oakhurst. And if I get it so that all of these link directly to the sheets, there we go. After having read these, you will be familiar enough with the setting that you can easily run session 0. However, before your characters enter the Citadel, make sure you read the entirety of the Citadel, because they can choose a gazillion different locations to go. They could go straight in. They could go like if they go straight in, they actually have the way the Citadel is laid out. They could choose to go this way. They could choose to go that way, depending on how murder hobo-y they feel. They could just plow right through a few things. So the DM kind of needs to know the entirety of the Citadel before they go, because they can choose a wide variety of paths to follow, and you don't know where they're going, so you must be prepared for everything. That's the DM's job. Be prepared. Be super, super prepared, right? Session 0. First session should be for you to get yourself acquainted with you and your players, and make sure that they have everything fully set up. You don't have to begin the adventure the first time you get together, and it's never a bad idea to have a conversation with them so that everybody knows what to expect. So that is what I've done for a very simple thing. I'm actually going to make another stream tomorrow. What time is it? I guess in like 30 hours-ish, about Session 0s. And so you're welcome to jump in on that one if you wanted to as well. And for that matter, if I have some of the other people in the guild decide that they wanted to join me, I'm certainly not going to argue, because we got smarts peoples. Okay, so there. That is that. So that sheet is now set up for our DM. And there's not much else that I really need to worry about in there. I will adjust my Session 0 script to actually match him. I am DM. This is no longer DM Rogue. This is going to be Dan O'Might. And this is my Session 0 script. And I will go through all of this. Okay, now. There we go. There's something in here. Insert time here. Oh, that's what I got to do for the other one too. So the time that Dan... What did we say for the time for Dan? The time for Dan that we said we were going to do... Let's see here. 9 a.m. Eastern. What is that again in GM time? 9 a.m. Eastern in GM time. Because I like to try to go by GM time as best as I possibly can. There we go. 2 p.m. 2 o'clock p.m. GM time. And go till... Until 5 o'clock p.m. GM time. If you can, on Saturdays. There we go. Got it. And then we have my DM Windy J guarantee, which I do for all of my games. You get first 3 sessions, and you get to mess things up a little bit in your first 3 sessions. And then after your first 3 sessions, everything sticks. That looks really weird. Why does that look really weird? Of the 3rd session. Oh, I guess that's just how it's supposed to look. Fine. Let's just put it back. There we go. Alright, fine. Alright, finally. Windy J Guild Inspiration, which we do on a regular basis in our guild as well. We need to boldface some of these? Nah, we don't need to. We can go through that later on. But that's pretty much all we needed there. Session 0's sheet is now set up, meaning that this game is now actually set up as well. Now, the players. Let's make the player... It's not quite set up, sorry. Players. They get their own folder, and there's the getting started thing for them. Now, the only people who really need to see this right now... or the only people who should be able to edit this are going to be me and Dynamite, so there's that. This one should be secret to anybody except for the GM, and it is. Good, good, good. So there, we are set to share this with Dynamite. Alright, let's get that link, and I will do that imminently. In the meantime... I'm going to, let's see here, just checking in with how I introduce this to Rogue as well. All right. Oh, I see. He also is going to need to have his looking for players listing. So I guess we should do that too, huh? Yeah. All right, let's go have. I like to copy things because why would you reinvent the wheel when things are already working? So we're going to go to the Dragon of Ice Spire Peak, looking for game listing that we have open right now. Manage the listing. Huzzah. And let's just copy all that. Good. Because I'm gonna have to do some adjustments to that anyway. There. All right. Get out of here. We're done with this game setup. And let us choose. Let's go back here and let's make our looking for game setting. All right. Okay, so I try to aim for, especially first-time DMs, to have only 4 players. So 4 plus 1 equals 5. And this is going to be an every week thing. And it is going to be voice only. I am going to put the new players out there because sometimes new players are much more fun to learn to DM alongside. Of course, Dynamite gets all the control over this game if he wants. Game's going to be played on Discord and Roll20. It'll be about half and half. Be playing... Okay, while we will most definitely be playing an adventure from Tales of the Yawning Portal. We will start at levels 1, set in the Forgotten Realms campaign setting, namely in the town of Oakhurst by the Neverwinter Wood. And okay, no, we will be playing an adventure for Tales of the Yawning Portal, and we'll start at level 1 in the Forgotten Realm, namely in the town of Oakhurst by the Neverwinter Wood. This game may be extended beyond that at the DM's and players' discretion. Yay! Okay, cool. I'm going to make this bigger. I don't like small boxes when I have these things to write. Sessions will occur every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. GM time to 5 o'clock p.m. GM time. Sessions only be 3 hours. Oh, every Saturday at there. Ooh, I'm getting click happy. And may eventually end up being streamed on Twitch and other platforms. I'm a new dungeon master, which is all true. That's also true. Then there's the Windy J guarantee, players, blah 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 blah. Source books. Here's the source books I have. Offers only races in our Yawning Portal game. There we go. Oakhurst is a village in Northwest Faerun. It is set on the northeast end of the Neverwinter Wood and is very out of the way. Nonetheless, it is not too far away from more major centers like Neverwinter and the metropolis of Waterdeep. There we go. To apply to play, you gotta give me all these answers, and I do the same things every single time. And that will give us a start. Beauty. And so here is our posting. Looks good, looks good, looks good. I have to make the applications here section. I keep on forgetting that part when we get there. Because I'll just copy and paste it. It's a whole lot easier just to copy paste. There we go. Save those changes. And let's go make a post. Applications here. To apply to play. Now this is not using your markup Oh, that's a really nasty noise. Please apply here. Include your answers to the following questions. Let's actually make that into the whole. That looks much nicer. There we go. All right. There we go. So we now have ourselves our posting. It's not completely posted yet. You'll notice that it'll tell me here it's not being shown because I haven't given the game time yet. And I'm going to leave it that way because I want Dynamite to be able to say this is the week I want to start and that he's happy with everything that he's got. Let's put in 5. I don't know why that didn't save. Well, probably because I didn't hit the save button because, you know, math. All right. That's a logic statement. All right. So now let's go tell him. Game details page. Let's get the invitation link. Copy the link address. Okay, cool. All right, so. Hi, Dynamite. I have your Yawning Portal game set up on roll 20. You just need to join it and I will assign UGM status. There are some resources in the journal there for you already. Also, I have set up the looking for games posting, but it isn't live yet because I want you to be happy with it first. You can view it here. Well, do you have? Go ahead and check it out. And let me know what you think. There we go. All right, that's that done. That was one big job that I wanted to get taken care of today. It is now done, and I am a happy camper. So, what I'm going to switch gears to now is world building. Here we go, some world building. But I'm going to need to hydrate here, so just bear with me here for a second, guys. I'm going to go take a minor little intermission. We're going to go get myself a drink. Burb. And we're back. Hydration. Super important. Get your drinks. All right, so we're done with this. We're going to pull out my own... Oh, yeah, I forgot that's still open. We're going to pull out my own campaign setting here instead. And so the campaign setting that I've been working on, I have been working on it in World Anvil. It was just glitching out on me last time I was streaming, so hopefully it's not going to have its own little conniption again. But here we go. The challenge I'm currently experiencing, I'm trying to decide how I'm going to proceed here because I've got lots of work done on this campaign. You can see, or on this setting, you can see that there's a whole bunch of things in here already. Claymouth is the one that I'm kind of messing around with a little bit and I'm not happy with. But at the same time, I also already have another community that's completely set up and I haven't had a chance to transfer it over. and so, but transferring it over, I'm not sure that's a streaming thing, because it's already done. So I'm kind of leaning towards working on Claymouth today, because it's wrong. I didn't make it right, and so I want to make it right. So let's find the edit button. Here we go. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna get these sections a little bit better taken care of, because we have to deal with the economy of this place first. So we're gonna make this. This is a header 1. There we go. Okay, so header 1. Oh, and look at that. I don't know why it decides that it wants to have its own little conniption. But as soon as I have to edit this thing in World Anvil, it dislikes me. So I'm going to do something just a smidgen different then, to make it so you guys don't have to worry about looking at that painful glitchiness. And I don't know why it is. It's only World Anvil that doesn't stream properly. But I have ways. I am clever. I can do it. I know I can. Alrighty, let's bring this guy down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to... I'm just using OBS to do this. I'll show you how I'm doing this. So I'm going to be bringing up my lovely little OBS, which this is what I usually use for my... when I'm actually playing a game, is I use this one and I stream it. I use this to go out to Video Ninja, and then I stream it out from a different device. And it works. But let's get some... you want to go for a window capture. I want you guys to be able to see what I'm working on. And in this case, what I'm working on is... Where are you? Editing Claymouth. There we go. That's the one. And so... apparently my window is not as big, which is fine, because I can just trim what I need to trim, I guess. If I trim too much, though, then you guys aren't going to be able to see the things, so I think I'll just... Nah, you know what? I'll just go like this. That will be about as high as I want it to go, and I'll just center the screen. There we go. That'll work. Okay, cool. So if I do that, then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to display that to my window capture device. And that is to go full screen projector. I forget which one's which. I feel like this is the right one. Nope, that was not the right one. This will be the right one then. There! So theoretically, you should be able to see everything I'm working on, despite the fact that... There we go. Yeah, now you can see all of the things. That's exactly what we want. Okay. Cool. So, I mean, it just reduces the number of monitors I have open, but that's not a big deal. So, economy. First things first. The economy of Claymouth is... with economies, you're going to have a variety of different things happening. So the first thing is that Claymouth has this massive river that kind of flows through it. And it goes all the way up to the High Clay Mounds, which is where it gets its name. It's Claymouth. But they also have a good significant number of mining operations. And so the economy of Claymouth is heavily based on the fact, on its location on the Timer River. It is a key transportation hub. It is an easy access point to the mines and quarries in the High Clay Mounds further north. And as it is also the center of the Olivos Pantheon's faith, it is a tourist and what's the word? Followers, religious followers. religious. I'm just gonna have to go with that. I can't think of the word. Religious. Starts with a P. Peasant, parishioner. I can't remember the word. I'll come up with it later. It is a tourist and religious, tourism and religion, religious, tourist and religious, hub, center of attraction. There we go. There we go. The main market is a first come first served market where merchants must pay a daily fee. I still have to determine what that fee is going to be, and I don't need to worry about that today, which is then a contribution to the Olivon. And I guess I should make sure I add on this that I do already have information on the pardon me, the Olivon, so I should link that in appropriately to my lovely articles. I don't know if I want the dashboard. I probably should have just gone to the articles. Encyclopedia. Deities and religions, and it's the Olivos Pantheon. There we go. So let's get the link to this, shall we? Why can't I find the link to this? Maybe I have to go about it here. Looks to me like World Anvil had a few updates, and so I'm still trying to get used to it. Yep, that's totally what I had to do. Have to come here. So let's get the... I don't want to view the article. I want to link to it. Used to be that I should just be able to find a button here to link to it. So why can't I find that button to link? I don't want to fully edit the article. There's got to be a link option. I feel like I got something wrong here. Oh, that's cool. Well, let's try this out then. Let's see if this does the trick. Olivon Pantheon Faith. Alright, let's try that and see if that does the trick. Because I haven't, like I said, they've changed things, so I don't know where everything is. And they're messing up with my brain. So, you know, it's all well and good to use something like this. It's not so great if you can't... Yeah, I didn't like that. It's not so great if you don't know how they've changed it. Oh, for crying out loud. Alright, well, let's edit this again and see if we can figure out how on earth that works. I do have a link in here somewhere. Oh. Let's try that then. Let's just go like... the way that they did it here, it was the @ oh gosh. Olivon Pantheon. And then we had the article block thing, I guess. You think that'll do the trick? Only one way to find out. Alright, let's see if that does the trick then. I don't think it will, though. I don't think it looks pretty. Oh, it did! Woohoo! Does it actually go where it wants to go? Hot dang! Learning done. Got it. Alright. So, let's do the next little bit here then. The goal of the city is to educate the teachings, clarified through the minor mitzvah. Klamath has alliances with mostly... Okay, so this is no longer the economy. This is now... And there's more that we can put in about the economy, I'm sure, but we're not going to go there. Here we're going to go with relationships. Political relationships. All right, and then we get to the wards, which is the part that I was really not happy with. Now, as I understand it correctly, if I look at this as well, and I were to go to look at the Claymouth posting, I think I've already got some other stuff in there too. So let's go look at that real quick. Economy, political relationships, wards. Here's all the extra stuff that I haven't gotten through, but this is really good here. Yeah, here's the deal. I kind of got a couple things mixed up in here because I was trying to do things a little bit too fast. I do like a lot of what I've gotten in here, but the words I'm not pleased with, and so I'm actually going to go with. I'm actually going to completely change up these wards because I got a little bit ward happy. So. Let's go back in here and let's go and mess these guys up. Now, I do actually kind of like some of the names of the wards, and so I'm going to keep some of these names. However, they're not right anymore. And what's going on? Why can't I move things? There we go. Got it. Okay. So here's the thing. Oh, I guess we should also talk about guilds, because there are some guilds too. But we're going to deal with the wards first. So, and I'm going to see if I can show this to y'all as well. Maybe what I need to do is change how I'm doing some of these things so that you guys can see it a bit better. Yeah, let me do that real quick. Because I don't like how that looks. Let's display capture instead. Yeah, that'll be the one. And now you should theoretically be able to see all of the things. It doesn't like that. That's also not the one I want. That's the one I want. Now we're talking. Alright, so. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I am going to pull up all of my notes and show them to you all. So let's see here. Let's pull them up. So I have a fun little tablet that I do all my writing on. It's an e-writing tablet. And I can show you all of the things right here. That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Get rid of that. And here we go. All right, so let's get to this file and I can show you all of the things. So with the words that I wanted to deal with, I started off making something like 8 or 12 wards, and that's just massive. Even for one of the larger cities in any given location, it's just too much. And so I wanted to whittle it down considerably. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Huzzah. There we go. All right. So I'm doing a screen share thing now. Let's zoom into this lovely beast so you guys can see this a little bit better. Am I able to zoom in? Oh, probably not. That's okay. So, yeah, this will do the trick. So we'll kind of be able to see a little bit about some of the different places that I tried to make up. So one of the wards that I definitely wanted to set up was a craft ward. A ward that's focusing on crafting. Oh, and it's glitching out on me again, seriously? Alright, well apparently I'm not meant to do it that way, so let's just do it this way instead. Fine. Solved. Weird, but whatevs. So in any case, we're looking at a craft ward, and there's not really, in what I had already created, much of that at all. So I'm actually going to call it the quarry, because inside this craft ward, and I'll see if I can show this to you again. Inside this craft ward, we have a smithy, a carpenter, a tailor, some magic stuff, some smelting. There is a bank and exchange. There is an artist, but you know, it's very much a creation ward. And so to call the ward the quarry, I think that's not a bad idea. I think we should stick to that concept of simply calling it the quarry. So, but it's not really industrial anymore. It is the craft and creation section, where most smithies, clayworks, shipwrights, masons, carpenters, and tailors are set up. Some other unique production activities. That's what we want to call it. Production activities occur there as well. Poor condition. It's not in poor condition, actually. It's in pretty good condition, the way that I rolled this out. So, actually, how do I want to do this so I can see the world better? There. That's how I want to do this, so I can see the world better. Huzzah. Okay. So, oh, it's not going to let me, is it? Okay, fine. If it's not in poor condition, it's in good condition. Actually, I think I had another way to describe that too. It was in... Oh, it's actually in impressive condition. In impressive condition, despite the lack of economic activity due to dangers in the Ogopogo Bay, because they often provide services to one another and others throughout the mainland. Let's see here. It is guarded. But its crime is... It's guarded, so it has limited crime. And there are... I'm not going to talk about the locations quite yet, because I haven't got any of my characters scaring me into thinking they're going to be going to Claymouth yet, so we got a little bit of time. Okay, so the quarry, you are done for now. There will be changes, of course, but that one's taken care of. All right. Oh, good heavens. I don't know why it's doing all those things. Oh, words. Why is it doing that? There we go. Technology, you know, right? Technology, technology, technology. You guys can't even see that, can you? Let's make this bigger. Huzzah! Now we're talking. I wonder if that would actually get rid of some of the glitchiness that was on there too, if it's a little bit bigger to see. Let's find out. Let's find out. You know, we're trying things, right? Sure seems like it. Let's try and stick to it. See if it works for me. All right. So there's that one. Now we're gonna go to the next one, which was the docks section. So inside the docks, which is much lower quality, we're going to go to, and we can actually see there that it is, actually, apparently they're in some pretty good shape too. They're lightly guarded, but the crime is a little bit more common there. You can kind of see that from my rules here. And so the resource that I'm using for this is Spectacular Sediments by Nord Games. Great resource. I highly recommend it to anybody. There we go. So you can see what I've kind of got going on there for the docks. That they are lightly guarded. It is in impressive condition. So this is seen as the window to Claymouth, and so is well taken care of. Whoops. What else did I write in here? Oh, I like this actually. Something that I kept from previously. Wow, why is this looking the way it is? Why won't it let me scroll even? I'm going to have to do some adjustments here. Good heavens. There we go. There we go. Oh, even that was still too much. Not enough. Oof. Come on, World Anvil. That doesn't look all that great. You guys can do better. That's alright. Alright, so we're looking in the docks section. And it is... Although it is well cared for, it is experiencing economic challenges because there's some crazy crap happening in Ogopogo Bay due to dangers in Ogopogo Bay. It is lightly guarded. And as a result, crime is common, but oftentimes managed by adventurers instead. I'm not going to deal with the notable locations. Cool. And that finishes up our docks. That feels better already. Oh, right. I forgot it was going to do that to me. There. Got it. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, we get a merchant district, which is also lightly guarded. There's a lot of crime, apparently, in this merchant district, so let's go see if we can figure out what's going on with it. We go to the next page, where we get into some of the details. I'm moving too fast. There we go. Come on. Zoom for me. Thank you. Oh, I'm making it do too many things. Come on. Alright. That was a bit too much. There we go. There we go. Now we can see all the things. Okay, so that's our merchant district right there in the middle of this whole works. Let's see here. So if we got a merchant district and it's got a bank exchange, there's some funky rumors happening at the artist gallery. There is a generous cobbler, even though he makes, well, it's probably why he makes no money. A fine quality curiosities, magic shops, and scribes and clerks. So we're gonna make these guys like lawyers or something like that, because in Olivos, the only people who are actually allowed to keep track of lore are those who are religious. Oh, we got another artist in here, and this one's a poorer one. So there must be rumors about why this artist is so successful. We have a really good barber in here. A house of leisure. How marvelous. Okay, cool. So this is what exists inside our merchant district. I'm sure there's lots of other ones, but these are the big ones. So let's find, which one did I call the merchant district beforehand? The circle. The merchant region, where most of the permanent business establishments are housed. The Circle Market is also the main merchant booth location. It is in, we decided that this one was in not great condition. This district is in good condition, but noticeably less so, less cared for than even the docks. It's likely guarded, but there is a good deal of crime, largely white-collar crime. White-collar or even racketeering. There we go. And now we have ourselves the circle. And we'll put that underneath the docks. Okay. And huzzah! Cool. Okay, so that's that one. And then we get into the slums, which are in really not so great shape. We can see our slums there. We have butchers. We have another house of leisure. We have, actually, here's what's interesting. We have some really nice places in the slums, but they're super poor in the slums. And so we have to assume that they have some sort of benefactor from somebody who's richer. But they're also being paid very poorly. Basically, it's the United States of Claymouth, but that's okay. Let's see if we can find... What did I have here for that kind of a location? I had the Quarter. That makes sense. I like the name of that there. Huzzah. The Quarter. But I don't think... I think this is where I screwed up on a few things, and so I think I have to actually change a couple things here real quick. Because what I've got here is that the crime is significant. It's actually dangerous. And there's tons of housing here. And it's also dilapidated. So, there is it is open. It is actually not guarded at all. It is in quite poor condition. There is not a heavy Azure Shield presence. The Azure Shield is the location. Organized crime centers out of here. Oh, that's it. The organized crime is actually the benefactor. Let's do that. So the organized crime centers here with... Oh, we got to come up with a guild for this. All right. We're going to make up a guild, guys. Let's see here. Well, that means I need you guys to roll something for me. If you can. Let's see here. Did I put that in yet? Alright. There we go. That's what I want. So, that's going to be used to create an artisan guild issue. Do I want it to be a Roll20? Let's find one. Let's go with organized fantasy name generator. Organized crime. Let's see what they come up with. Gang or clan names. Mobster names. Gang name generator. This is the Story Shack. Let's try the fantasy. Of course. Hold the phone. We'll be able to fix that in just one moment. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get connected to... I have a... my problem that I have is that I have a block on some sites where I'm currently streaming from, and it's irritating, so I'll just use this. It's no big deal. Although I have to admit, since I updated to Windows 11, I haven't used this, so it's now freaking out at us, isn't it? We'll get there. Thankfully, I'm not dropping any frames. The frames are good. Frames are good. It's thinking really, really hard, though. There we go. Didn't like that. Alright, fine. We'll just do the fantasy name generator on the phone then, I guess, because that's all I can do. So, fine. Let's do that then. Let's go fantasy name generator. I'll come up with... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with 6. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to say I don't want this to be a roll 20. Let's make it a roll a d6. There we go. Somebody roll a d6 in the chat for me. And fantasy name gang generator. We'll pick 6. That's what we'll do. We'll pick 6. And we'll put them up here on the screen here too. Alright. Let's pull this all up. Got it. Let's get our screen share going again. And let's get to the right page here. Stop sharing the screen. Thank you. Oh, it's going to freak out at me now, isn't it? There we go. Everything is syncing. Everything is syncing. Let's try this again. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to just restart my machine here before we do this. But let's go pick out some names at the same time anyway. And then let's try this again while that's restarting. Here we go. Okay, so we have the Sapphire Pygmy Association, the Royal Blood Drop Tribe, the Grey Lion Tooth Syndicate. I don't mind that one. The Violet Knuckle Gang. Ooh, actually, I don't mind the name of this one here, the Crosses. The Crosses is actually a really good one. We might just have to make sure we save that guy. Yeah, okay, so we'll write that one down here right now. Let's put it on here while I'm waiting. So the Olive Hill, where are we here? We're in the quarter. So the Crosses is one of our options. The Scarlet Honey Badgers. Ha! Poison Ivy, the Wild Ones. Let's get some more. The Azure Alien Gang, which is kind of interesting because we also have the Azure Shield in Claymouth. Not quite grasping that. Black Needle Brotherhood. I don't mind that one either. The Black Needle Brotherhood. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this so I can actually show you and talk our options and we can make votes. Let's see here. Let's share this screen, shall we? Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so let's get in here. Oops, a little too close. It's a little too close. Ah, that's better. Welcome to my tablet. Yeah. Okay, so we have our options here. Let's get our first option here. The first one was the Crosses. Second option was the Black Needle Brotherhood. And the third option, we got ice serpents, crystal thorns. Boy, some of these are pretty good. The nameless, which is too much Exandria, so I can't do that for sure. The sapphire snakes, the risen demons, the crimson serpents. You know, there's a lot there that just seems kind of cliche. So we're gonna try and go a little bit off the cliche. I don't mind a sisterhood name instead, like the Black Needle Sisterhood or the Black Vulture Sisterhood. I think in order to be fair, we'll do that and put that in there, the Black Vulture. At which point they could just be called the Vultures for kind of escape the idea that everything has to be brotherhood or patriarchal, especially, and actually, you know what, I may actually simply do that because everything in Wesmia is very much not it's actually very matriarchal. So if we can come up with some more feminine options, and not saying that guys won't rebel, because let's be honest, guys will rebel, but are they going to be considered leaders? That's the question. We have the tiers. And that's 4 options. I need at least one more because I think we do also have to use the international network, which is called the Redeemers. Brass Vipers, the Forsaken, the Daywalkers. See, the thing is, remembering the economy, we're right beside Ogopogo Bay, we're right beside High Clay Mounds, so there's going to be some, maybe some production kind of based groups. Green Rat Company. The Green Rat Company. That's kind of interesting. The Cobalt Moth Riders. Love it. Can you imagine Moth Riders getting giant moths, and that is their way to escape? Or yeah, that would be interesting. Or even just, you know, they have a reduce spell or something like that they use things for. Interesting. Oh, the Liberated. Ooh, I like that one. We might have to change this to a D8 if I've got too many awesome options. I don't know. Let's see here. I do like the Green Rat Company. I am going to go for a D8 instead. Let's change this then. Let's make it a D8 that I ask you guys for. There we go. All right. So here we go. Let's, so I got the Green Rat Company. And then we have one more option. The Mammoth Clan, the Brass Bulldogs, the Ice Aliens, the Skulls, the Swords, the Royal Mamba Squad. Nah. The Disciples aren't all that bad an idea either. And it's interesting because with the Disciples, they could actually be followers of a particular concept within one of our deities, like Porta the Yellow Beaver, but like almost like a heretical sect where Porta is very much creating and crafting for the betterment of your fellow man. They could be simply taking off the word fellow and making it all about themselves. And so that's a possibility too. The Disciples. Let's go with that. The Disciples. All right, we got to get a roll. All right, let's see here. Let's do a roll. If I got nobody here to do that, then I'm going to do it myself. Or you know what? I'm just going to hold off until I actually have somebody here to do that with. So we have a 1, a 2, 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8. And so I will just simply write myself a message in here saying, must roll for name. There we go. Okay. So that brings us now to the Temple District, which is Olivon Hill. So where most of the nobility are housed. Is that true? Actually, I don't think that that's entirely true. No, most of the nobility isn't here. The Olivon Hill is a temple district. It is gated and guarded with a toll. It is the temple district with the Olivon looming over the entire city. That is our Claymouth. And outside it, do I have one of those? Considered part of the Olivon is the large hillside green space that is used for gatherings and celebrations. Immediately attached to the Olivon, immediately beside the Olivon is the archives, the Olivon Archives, and the Azure Shield Barracks, where all the Azure Shield are trained, which is kind of marvelous. Part of that is because the Azure Shield are trained mostly to help the people who are considered criminals and therefore hereticals. Basically, this is their community service, is to become part of the Azure Shield. And they found that most people tend to actually reform themselves through the Azure Shield. We call it, there's actually a ceremony for it too and everything. That pretty much covers it. There's no crime, I think, here. Extremely infrequent crime. Oh, I guess I should finish the quarter here too. Quite poor condition. Open. Some establishments have an appearance of wealth, but only because they are supported. They are because they have wealthy patrons, likely members of the local gangs. Yeah, we could probably get 2 gangs out of this. It wouldn't be a big deal. Actually, it'd be kind of nice for storytelling. The crime is largely gang-based and even racketeering. And therefore, it is somewhat dangerous to be out and about. There we go. That's better. Okay, so the quarter solved. The Olivon Hill is pretty much done. I can't spell crime. Immediately beside the Olivon is the Olivon Archives. Infrequent crime due to the heavy Azure Shield presence. And then the last bit, upper class section called the... Now that means I have to get rid of the gardens here, which is fine by me. So we now have the quarry, the docks, the circle, the quarter, the Olivon Hill, and the East Village. Ooh, personal bodyguards. No, we're going to use the West Ward. That's what we'll do. We'll use the West Ward. Much more interesting to talk about the West Ward. So the West Ward. Because, you know, it sounds like Westward. Why not? More affluent. It's not slightly more affluent. It is more affluent section of nobility. Most of the ones who would be in the running for being part of the council or are already members of the council. It is in good condition. It is actually, no, it's in magnificent condition. It is gated and guarded. And however, white collar crime is common, and nobility tend to maintain personal guards that act more as spies. They are not concerned about threats external to Claymouth, but those that are internal. There we go. Okay, there. Now we've got our guilds all solved. Things are much better that way, or our wards are all solved. I'm not so irritated by the errors that I had there, so we can say we're solved with that. I'm still good for a roll, but I think what I'll do is I'll move that roll over into the Discord, and I think that's probably where we're going to stop for the day today. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to see if I can find somebody here that we can raid here real quick, and we'll do that real fast as well. I feel like Mendari could possibly be somebody we could go and accost. Let's see here. It's not letting me do it, but that's okay. Let's see what we can carry on from here, but I'm going to sign off here, guys. Thank you guys very much for joining. I hope you guys have a really great day, and tomorrow we will do a session of Session 0 stuff. Peace out, guys.